everyone, it's Liz from Tarot. Welcome to my channel. So I'm here today to do a couple things. First, to touch base with how I did with some, I don't know, goals, some ideas, some thoughts I had the beginning of January of 2022. I kind of made a list of a bunch of decks that I wanted to explore over 2022. And so today I wanted to kind of do a recap of how that went. And then I also want to talk a little bit about some ideas I have in terms of explorations and things that I want to do in 2023. So I'm afraid this might be kind of long. I'm going to try to, speed it up and not be as digressive as I often am. And also, I just wanted to add that Luna is in the room with me, and we are expecting someone to drop something off in the next hour or so. Hopefully, I'll be done with the video by then, but you might hear some barking if I don't finish before the person stops by. So just be prepared for Dutch Shepherd barking. Anyway, let me dive in. So I picked last year 6 tarot and 6 oracle. And I wasn't necessarily thinking, oh, I'll do a month here and a month there. I just thought, when the spirit moves me, I'll pick up one of these oracles or tarot, and I'll play or work with it for a while and see if I can, get to know them better. So anyway, I'm going to start with the oracle. So the first oracle that I chose to work with last year, or 2022, is the it's called Card Deck of the She, and it's by David Spangler, and he wrote the guidebook, and Jeremy Berg did the artwork. And I've never done any kind of work with the She before, never been called to, but somehow in December of 2021, I kind of got this feeling, an interest in the She, and read a couple books, and then came across this oracle. And I love the artwork. I have read a good part of the guidebook, but I didn't really pick it up last year, other than to just look at it and play with it briefly. So I did not deep dive it. I did not really get into a deep exploration of it. And I'm a little sad about that. So it's still, something I want to work with. But I wasn't too successful the past year. Another one is this Journey Oracle by Kelly Fitzgerald. Another beautiful oracle, nature-based. I love the shape. I love the directionality. I love how there's many ways you can work with this. And sadly, I did not work with this one very much either. So, boo for me on that one. I didn't do real well on the oracles. And partly that's because for some reason I brought a lot of new oracles into my collection this year. Not sure why. And also, I'm going to cut myself a little slack. I had a really challenging year. And so my tarot practice itself sort of wasn't what it usually is. And I just didn't have the energy or the time to do a lot of deep diving type of work. So, it is what it is. Here's one I actually was successful with. This is the Threads of Fate Oracle Shadow Edition. Gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Beautiful cardstock. And this is elementally based, so there's 5 suits, you know, air, fire, water, earth, and ether or spirit. I did an exploration of this in January of 2022, and it's a really pretty deck. The guidebook's really good. And so after I did the deep dive in January, I pulled one card a month or so, give or take, and just left that on my altar, read about it in the guidebook, and did some of the ritual work and so forth suggested in the guidebook. And I feel pretty good about that one. And I will continue to pull a card a month and work with that energy. I actually pulled one for the year of 2022. I left it on my altar, but let me get the official title of it. The Warrior. And I need that for this year. So that's my energy that I'm calling in this year, warrior energy. Next up is the True North Oracle. This is by Carrie Paris. This is a combination card and charms oracle. And it has a cloth that you lay out. It has dice that you throw to determine how many cards you pull and where on the compass you start your journey. Each compass point has a definition or an energy. And then we have these charms. So you pull out the cards, and you do however many, up to 6 cards around the circle of 8 compass points. And then you take a handful of charms and throw the charms out, and you go from there. And I think this is such a clever idea, combining those two kind of modalities. I've had some good readings with it. I didn't really do deep diving with it this year. But I will continue to work with it, from time to time, and I'm really glad I have it in my collection. It's really different. Carrie only had 100 of them made, so there aren't a lot of them of the True North oracles, and so it's one that's really important to me, and I'm going to continue to work with it at least a little bit. This is the Tulco Oracle, and it is by Carla Refaxo. And this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous oracle deck. And guess what? Didn't deep dive this one either. I did use it. I did pull from it. And the guidebook is great. Had some really interesting card pulls with some interesting insights, and again, I will continue to work with this one. More beautiful production quality, really great shuffling. Love the bright, colorful color palette. It's just really stunning. The guidebook is incredible. So in the guidebook, we have let's see. So we have a little poem to start out for each card. We have information about its element. We have a discussion of the symbolism in the card. And then we have what Carla calls the oracle or the message. Then a teaching. So it's really a great oracle. I love it, and I do want to continue to explore it and work with it. So we'll see how that goes. Finally, the sixth oracle, which I also did not deep dive. I'm feeling a little bad about this, but like I said, had a rough year, cutting myself some slack. The Avalonian Oracle. This is based on the Holy Isle of Avalon by two Welsh women, Jenna Tellendrew and Emily Brunner. And I really like this. I've used it in the past a lot, but I've just never really spent a lot of time with it. And I really want to. It's Schiffer. You can see by that, you know, silly shininess that Schiffer has. It's beautiful. It's Avalonian. It's goddess centric. It actually has a lot of Welsh goddesses in it, or I guess I should say Celtic goddesses in it. And it has different 13 moons, and it has some plant spirits. I'm seeing if I can get to the plants. You know, so I think that this and the Oracle of the She would be an interesting pair to work with, to explore. Maybe not at the same time, but oh yeah, here we go. Here's some of the herbies. So anyway, you know, I want to do more work with this one as well, and hopefully this year I will. Just being honest, folks. So those are my 6 oracle that I had thought I might do some deep dives with. You know, I did at least play with them a little bit. All right, now tarot. So let's see. I'm going to start here. So Tarot of the She. This came up from my rabbit hole that I went down in December of 2021. Like I said, I had never really thought about or been attracted to the She, or to do any studying or reading about the She. And then I just kind of went down this rabbit hole. I do really like the Oracle. However, and I did use this a few times. You can, another Schiffer, shiny. I don't know. I don't think it's for me. I might be passing this one along. Not sure. I might try a couple of draws with it before I do that, but doesn't really speak to me. I didn't do a deep dive, but I did pull some cards and I did a few readings with it. So I don't know. Not sure. I'm not sure. I haven't made a complete and final decision on that one. But I think that it will probably get passed along. Just doesn't really speak to me. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So that is Tarot of the She, and that's by Emily Carding. The next one is the Tarot of the Divine, and I actually didn't bring the deck. I brought the book, Beneath the Moon, and the reason I picked this deck was because of the book. So my thought was that I would pull a card, and then each card has a fairy tale on it. Each one of the tarot cards has a picture with a fairy tale on it. Here, I didn't bring the cards, but here's the book. So for example, here we have the legend of Hinimoa and Tutanekai from New Zealand, a Maori legend. And I thought, my deep dive would be that I'd pull the card and then I'd go to the book and I'd read the story that's in the book that goes along with the card I pulled. And I found this kind of, I don't want to say shallow, that's not the right word, but it just wasn't very meaty. I thought it would be meatier, and I suppose what I could have done was researched on my own and found, fuller stories, but these stories were just not very satisfactory, and shouldn't say that, satisfying. And after a week of it, I thought, nope, I'm done. I don't need to do any more work with this. And I put it away. I do love that tarot of the divine, and I still use it, but I didn't use it the way that I had planned, because it just, after I started it, I realized, well, that idea might have been a good idea, but in practice, no. So that one didn't pan out. Delta Enduring. This is a deck that is out of print, and I love this deck. It's really hard to come by. I think I ordered it. Was it a Kickstarter? I don't know. I got it right when it first came out. Oh, my favorite Justice card. It's just lovely. It's Delta, so it's the New Orleans River Delta. So it's got a lot of Southern influences. Love that Hierophant. Great lovers. It's just a great deck. I love it. And because it's out of print and hard to come by, I was treating it in this very precious manner, like, oh, well, I don't want anything to happen to it. And I wasn't using it. And so it finally occurred to me, well, that's silly. What is the point of having a deck? Like what? I'm just going to look at the box and say, isn't that nice? I have this out of print deck that a lot of people want, but I'm never going to use it. So I did decide to put it in my deep dive project, and I did use that quite a bit, and I love it. It's a wonderful deck, and I'm glad that I put it on in my project list. Happy about that. So the next one up is in this bag, but it is not a Uzi deck. It is the Wise Woman Tarot by Flash Silvermoon. It's a feminist deck, and I really like it. She has renamed and renumbered a lot of the majors. It's a great deck. I love it. I did do some exploring with this one. Not a super deep dive, but I did use it. And I will continue to do so, and I really do love this deck. It's a wonderful deck. It was published in 1970, worked on in 1990, 2000. And after Flash and had worked on it for quite some time, and then right as it was right after it got published, she got very ill and passed away, and it just kind of was, in boxes with her possessions. And finally, in I think 2017 or 18, some of her coven sisters came across it and decided to release it. So that's when I got it. And I'm very glad that I did. I love the deck. Really great deck. The next deck I wanted to work with is the Numinous Tarot by Cedar McLeod, and I've had this for a while. It was actually gifted to me by a friend of mine who had it in their collection and wasn't using it, and said, "Are you interested in this?" And I was. So I did use it. But I didn't deep dive it. There's kind of a theme here, folks. But at least I did use most of them, and and other than the Tarot of the She, I really want to keep all of these decks and continue to use them. This is a great deck. Cedar did a wonderful job with inclusivity and different, portraying all different kinds of folks, and in particular concentrated on non-binary gender expressions, which of course I do appreciate and enjoy seeing. Finally, I'm going to end on a good note So this is the Star Tarot. This is the second edition. I also have the first edition, and it's shiffer, and the first edition is that shiny shiffer stuff. So this is, I put this back in order for some reason. I don't remember why, but I did spend the month of January last year working with this deck. And I enjoyed it, and I will continue to work with it. It's a wonderful deck. It's by Kathy McClellan, and beautiful artwork. It is Thoth influence. There is some Rider-Waite-Smith influence as well, but I think a little bit more Thoth. It's just a beautiful, it's a beautiful deck, and I did expand my knowledge of it by working with it for a month, and I continued to work with it on and off throughout the year last year. All right, now 2023. So let me see how I'm going to do this. I think I want to do the tarot first. Oh dear, dropping things. I have a lot of decks here, folks. Let's see here. I dropped one. Sorry about that. So I had this idea towards the end of 2022 that in 2023 I wanted to look into Tarot de Marseille. And so I've heard people raving about this book, the open reading by Yoav Bendov. And so I thought, well, this will be my book. I also have Tom Benjamin's book on how to work with pip decks. It's a workbook, and I've worked through that a few years ago when it first came out. And so those were going to be my two main books, and I've just started reading this one. It's wonderfully written, and so far I really like it. And so here's the thing. I just find Tarot de Marseille ugly. The people with their googly eyes, I can't do it. And then the primary colors, that red, yellow, and blue coloration, just can't do it. I have to find the deck visually attractive, at least somewhat visually attractive. And I actually find those classic Tarot de Marseille, the artwork, repelling. Like, I just don't want to read with it. And so I didn't and haven't. So I got the open reading, and then I got Bendov's CBD TDM, Tarot de Marseille. And I said, okay, I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to do this. And I got the deck, and I said, I can't. I just can't. I can't work with this deck. So I talked to a friend of mine who's a big Tarot de Marseille person. And so he suggested that I try this one, the Ancient Italian Tarot. This is a Lo Scarabeo. And okay, I can do it. I mean, I don't really find the artwork pretty, but it isn't repellent, repugnant. I don't know, whatever. So, here are the majors. So I'm going to be using this deck, but I wanted to use a deck that had the pips, the TDM pips. And so this deck does. So I can work with this one. My friend also suggested a more modern deck called the Tarot of the Elements or Elemental Tarot or something like that. But it's also a Tarot de Marseille style deck, and but it's more modern in its and it's art. And I did order that, and it is coming either tomorrow or the next day. So these are the two decks that I will be working with, the Ancient Italian and the Tarot of the Elements, or Elemental Tarot. I'm really sorry, I'm not sure what the proper name is for that one. And I will be reporting back to you about how I'm doing with this project. I'm really excited about it. A few years back, I decided to explore the Thoth, because I thought I should. And I'm sorry, no can do, Aleister Crowley. Bad vibes, don't like it. Misogynist, Love Lady Frida Harris's artwork. If I were in a museum, I would be going up to the paintings saying, what beautiful paintings, but I can't read them as tarot. So I thought, well, okay, Thoth is out. I did try, I read books, I went through the deck, I did the study thing, and, it just didn't speak to me. So I said, no can do. And then I thought, all right, I have decks that aren't based on any of those three major systems, but I thought, no, I gotta try, at least try the Marseille. So I'm going to. And funny thing is that my great-grandmother was born in Marseille and immigrated to the United States, where she married my great-grandfather, who's from Rhode Island. And so I have roots in Marseille. And I'm thinking, wow, do I need to do some kind of ancestor work here? Like, what's the story with that? So that might play into my Tarot de Marseille work as well. We shall see. So when the Gentle Tarot first came out in the Kickstarter in this large size, I backed it, and I love it. It's lovely. And then there was another, Mari did another Kickstarter in 2022. She did a pocket-sized deck and an expanded guidebook. And the whole reason I backed it the second time around was not because I wanted the pocket size deck. It's because I wanted the expanded guidebook. So I am going to deep dive and work with the Gentle Tarot because I want to explore the big guidebook. So that's my plan with this one, is to work with the Gentle Tarot. I have worked with the Gentle Tarot a lot since I got it, and I don't feel like I know it inside and out, but I'm pretty familiar with it. But I really want to explore this large guidebook. So that's the reason I've chosen to work with Gentle Tarot, more for the guidebook actually than the actual deck itself. So 1, 2, counting 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, next up is this one, Shimmering Veil. So I saw a walkthrough of this, and for some reason it really spoke to me. It's not my art style. I don't necessarily have a super easy time reading with these sort of, oh my gosh, who can't want this deck when you see that Empress? This is a little bit more abstract than my usual taste in tarot decks. But man, is this gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Oh, I'm just getting all the feels just looking at it. So you can see it's still in order. My friend gave it to me, I think in October, and I decided I'm going to wait until 2023 to, I can tell what these cards are, even though they're somewhat abstract. I don't have to think, gee, I wonder what that card is. I can tell what they are. So anyway, This is going to be a deck that I do a deep dive with, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm thinking February is the month for the Shimmering Veil. And did I say that it's by Cilla Conway? I don't think I did, but folks probably know that. So we'll see. We'll see how I get on. The guidebook looks really good. I've done a little bit of exploring with the guidebook. So I'm really excited about that one. And I'm looking forward to that. Now, this tarot deck came out well, I became aware of it in the beginning of December of 2022. It's the Wee Moon Tarot. And Wee Moon is a collective of women artists who have been publishing calendars and planners and date books since 1980. It's intersectional feminism. Yay, no TERFs. Intersectional in terms of elders, youngers, women of color, feminists from all walks of life. And the artwork includes vision. Oh gosh, you don't need to look at my face. Let me show you the beautiful artwork. Anyway, when I saw that they had made a tarot deck from the artwork from Wee Moon, I about lost it. And I right away went out and bought a deck for my sister and for my daughter, because every year for at least 25 years, my sister has gifted me and later on my daughter the Wee Moon calendar, the date book every year. Look at her. Oh. And so I have kind of a connection with those three. And then it sold out. And I was like, bummer. I'm not going to get it. I mean, they'll probably reprint it, but. So then on the solstice, well, actually a couple weeks early, my sister said, I'm giving you your solstice gift early this year. And she gave me the deck. So we pulled cards from it for our solstice ritual. There are quite a few horizontal cards, which isn't my favorite thing. Look at this is from the Weavers, and this is my my card, my Weaver for December. I pull a Weaver each month, so I thought that was kind of interesting. So I think I'm probably going to use this more as an oracle than a tarot. So here's the Three of Air. So the suits are named after the elements, and the piece of art is called Receiving Guidance, and then there's a keyword, intuition. So this is from Ellen Lorenzo Prince deck, the Dark Goddess, the Six of Swords, Spider Woman, Ellen Lorenzo Prince, Cosmic Weaver. So there are beautiful pieces of artwork on each card, obviously, and then the name of the piece of art and then keywords. So it feels sort of more oracle-ish to me than tarot-ish. But we shall see. I'm gonna, I'll give it a whirl and see if I do, in fact, just pull one card and use it like an oracle, or if I do tarot readings with it. I haven't decided, because I haven't really done more than the one pull with it for solstice. And the reason for that is because in December I was working on Esther at Mindful Tarot's Drop 'em 78, and we committed for 78 days. We committed to using just one deck. That's another reason why my tarot practice sort of suffered, and it started like midway through October, so I spent 2.5 months working with just one deck, the Next World Tarot, and so I didn't deep dive other decks because I was doing Next World Tarot. So there are kind of reasons why I didn't do that great with my goals last year. So finally, the sixth tarot I decided is an oldie but goodie. This is the Wee Moon. I'm sorry, Daughters of the Moon tarot. One of my favorite tarot decks, one of my oldest tarot decks. I have the original black and white version, but I much prefer this beautiful, brilliantly colored edition. It's a feminist deck. There's only 3 court cards in each suit, made in Mother Crone. I just love this deck, and I'm really looking forward to doing a deep dive with it. I'm thinking maybe because of, I don't know, maybe it's because of the bright colors, but I'm thinking this might be a summer one. I might try this in the summer. So we'll see. And I don't know why I decided or I was attracted to these 6 decks. I mean, I get some of them, like Shimmering Veil is new, Wee Moon is new, the guidebook for Gentle Tarot is new, so anyway, those are the tarot. And I'm also going to do the Wise Woman Tarot because I didn't really get to deep dive that one last year. So that rounds out my 6th tarot. So now for Oracle. I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did decide that I'm going to do the True North again, because I wasn't very successful with it last year. So this will be one of the oracle that I'm working with this year. And then this is an oracle. This is a humongous box, Glowwood, that a friend of mine gave me. He loved it, and he went through it, and he worked with it for a while and said that he really loved it. But every time he pulled the cards out and started working with them, he kept saying to himself, this deck belongs to Liz. This is who should have this deck. So it's nature-based, plants and stones. It has a system all unto itself. I just got this last month, so I haven't worked with it at all. I pulled one card, and I'm reading the guidebook and exploring the system itself. I think the artwork is gorgeous. Oh, that's right, and there's insects. So insects, plants, and trees, and stones. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Artwork is beautiful. So I'm really excited about this one. So this is going to be one of my deep dives. And this one, I think I will really need to spend a bit of time with. Look at the guidebook. It's huge. 300 pages, I think. No, 270 pages. So it's meaty. So that will be one of the oracle I work with. And then I backed this oracle, the Endless Oracle by Eric Mail, on Kickstarter. And I found it intriguing. And I got to get the word right. So this is the limited Kickstarter first edition, came out in 2022. It's a Myriorama inspired oracle deck. So what that means, I'm going to wing it here, is it's a storytelling oracle, and you put the cards out, in a row, and you read them as a story. You tell a story based on the pictures that you see, and every card has a moon or a celestial body in the sky. The artwork is lovely. I am really excited about diving into this one. And again, because of the Drop'em 78, I got this one when I was in the midst of that. So I haven't had a chance to really do too much with this one, but I am looking forward. Look at that. Oh, I just think it's stunning. So I'm really excited about this. Love the artwork, love the idea. It reminds me a little bit of James R. Eads. I think he calls them panoramas, his minors and his tarot and oracle decks. You can put them all in a row and they connect and tell a story. So it's similar to that. I think, so there's space in this box, and I think Eric said he was going to do some add-on cards eventually, so that's kind of exciting. So next up is this one. It's called The Wild and Sacred Feminine Deck. And it is by Nikki Duarte and Elizabeth Margolin, with the art illustrations by Jenny Kostecki-Shaw. And this is a reimagining, a remaking of the Mother's Oracle. So same team did this oracle, which I have, called the Mother's Oracle. And when I was younger and my daughter was younger, I did really enjoy having that quite a bit. It is definitely focused for people who are mothering. You don't have to be a biological mother, and I don't think you even have to necessarily be mothering a human child, but it is definitely mothering focused. So it has animals, goddesses, all different types of cards. And this one's got some of the same cards, but it also has they did change it. So it's similar, some of the same cards, but not all the same cards. And it is definitely not just a mothering deck. It is, as it says, the Wild and Sacred Feminine Deck. I want to just show you the guidebook. So the guidebook is, so here's Hummingbird. So Hummingbird Joy, it's got information about the shadow, and then it tells a story about the hummingbird, or, the subject of the card and what it means. And that's like a page, a full color representation of the card, and then a page and a half for each of the cards. So there's animals, there's elemental feminine, like cave, desert, lotus, moon, etc. There's the archetypal feminine, bodhisattva, crone, curandera, lover, etc. And then divine feminine, which are goddesses. So, I'll see how I do with that one. I'm interested in that. It's right up my alley. This was a gift by a dear friend of mine. This is a deck by Monica Budersky. She does the Shadowland Tarot and Shadowland Oracle. That artwork did not speak to me whatsoever, and when my friend gifted this to me, I was like, uh-oh, not sure I'm gonna like this deck. And then I looked at the guidebook and I looked at the artwork, and I love this. Only have pulled from it once. Again, drop them 78. Thank you very much. But I'm really looking forward to exploring this year. I'm just a little ways into the guidebook, and Monica has done a wonderful job writing the guidebook. So this is sort of a cartographic representation of charm casting and bone casting and shell casting, but using cards. So instead of using actually bones and or shells and or charms, Monica painted pictures of these different items, and you'll pull the cards instead. So I'm really excited about this, and I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. As I said, I'm really interested in the guidebook and the whole premise behind this, and I do love the artwork. So, last but not least, this is the Folktales Oracle by Hannah Willow. And Hannah is an artist in the UK. I have her Hair and Moon Oracle, and I've had it for many years. It's only got 12 cards, 13 cards, one for each moon of the year. And I just love her artwork. So it's square, pointy edges, but I decided I'm going to round it off. I love this artwork. Love, 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 love. Beautiful. Nature, natural. I just, oh, and the bear. Oh my God. So I am really, really looking forward to this one. This has a system too. So let me get the guidebook out quickly here. And there are, let's see, 36 cards. There's 3 sections, and I think there's 12 cards in each section. So the different sections are being, growing, and understanding. Being, the fundamental everyday world from which we all must accept the challenges. Growing, the place of learning, of going out into the world at one with it. And understanding, our place in the world, not just as humans, but as part of spirit. And so each, there's a full color picture of each one of the cards, and then a full page written description of each of the cards. So again, looking forward to that. And so one thing I learned about myself after I didn't have the most success with my plans last year. And again, I'm cutting myself some slack because I really did have a rough year. Some real family and personal challenges that came my way. But what I've learned is I'm kind of more spontaneous and less planny. So I can't necessarily plan. In January, I'm going, well, maybe I can plan January in January, but I can't say in January. In June, I'm gonna because in June, I'm gonna maybe feel completely different about that idea. So it's hard for me to say in January, yeah, this is what I'm going to do over the next year, because I tend to, like I said, be more spontaneous. And so, you know, I let the spirit move me. I don't know if that's my Aries sun or what it is, but it just is. So this is the plan. I'm going to see where it leads me. I think it's good to have a plan. And I'll just go with the flow. I definitely want to work with the newer decks that I've just brought into my collection, for sure. So I know that these newer decks I'll be taken for a spin, and we'll see what happens with some of the other ones. Like I said, I got a plan. We'll see what happens. So comment below. Let me know what you think of my choices. Let me know if you have any plans for 2023 in terms of your tarot and oracle and divinatory practice. And I'd also like to say thank you to Dawn Michelle at Boho Tarot, because this is really originally in 2022, this was a VR to her, decks at her, I think she called it Decks I Want to Work With in 2022. And then she did another one this year saying recap of 2022 and decks I want to work with in 2023. So it's kind of another VR to Dawn Michelle. So thanks, Dawn Michelle, for the inspiration. And thanks to all of you who stop by my channel and comment and interact with me. I so enjoy your presence, and I wish you peace, love, and harmony in this new year.